$590 billion, 183,000 workers.
And not a single hammer was heard. How is that even possible?
$590 billion, 183,000 workers, 3,400 tons of gold. And yet, not a single hammer was heard. 3,000 years ago, a king built something so expensive, it makes modern megaprojects look small, more costly than the International Space Station, more valuable than the tallest skyscrapers on Earth. A building so covered in gold, sunlight reflecting off its walls could blind you from a mile away. But here's what history doesn't tell you. This project nearly destroyed his kingdom, and the way they built it. Even today, engineers still don't fully understand how it was possible. This is the untold story of Solomon's temple. For over 400 years, God didn't live in a temple. He lived in a tent, a portable structure, moving with a wandering people through the desert. But everything changed when a warrior king rose to power, King David. He united the tribes, captured Jerusalem, built an empire. And then he had a dream. To build God a permanent house, a temple unlike anything the world had ever seen. But there was one problem. God said, no, not to the temple, to David himself. You have shed too much blood. The house of peace could not be built by a man of war. The task would fall to his son, Solomon, a king whose name literally means peace. But peace doesn't build empires, money does. And what David left behind was unimaginable. Gold beyond counting, silver beyond weighing, treasures collected over decades of war and conquest. When converted to modern value, nearly $590 billion. Enough to build cities, enough to fund nations. But Solomon had a problem. Israel had wealth, but no materials, no engineers, no experience building something this massive. To build the impossible, he would need help from outside his kingdom. To build the temple, Solomon mobilized a workforce unlike anything in history. 183,000 people. Loggers, stonecutters, laborers. Some worked in shifts, but most did not. 150,000 men were forced into labor. No rest, no rotation, no escape. They carried stones through heat and dust, day after day, year after year. And here's the irony. The temple of the God who freed slaves from Egypt was built by slave labor. This wasn't just construction, it was pressure. And that pressure was building something else, resentment.
And yet, something unbelievable happened. With 183,000 workers, the construction site was completely silent. No hammers, no chisels, no metal tools. Every stone was cut miles away in darkness, then brought to the site, perfectly shaped, placed without a sound. For 7 years, they built in silence, until one day it was finished. The priest entered, the ark was placed, and suddenly, a cloud filled the temple. Not smoke, not fog, the presence of God. So powerful, they couldn't even stand. After years of silence, God answered. But the question still remains, what are you building that will outlast you? Welcome. If you enjoy our video, please consider subscribing.